Stu knows about the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
Stu knows about the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. Well, hello there. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. It's Benny the Jet, Matthew Iwanyk, Hernan Salas here, coming to you live from the William Huff Studios here in the west end of the city. Sound a little weird in my headphones.
Do you?
Yeah.
Seeing them turned up a little bit?
It's crisp, though. No, it's good. It's fine. No problemo. No
It's
problemo.
crisp.
Crisp.
So you're not used to it being crisp? What is Benny doing that Zach wasn't?
I don't know. A little late coming on, but it's Tuesday. It's the long weekend vibes, right? And we're all feeling the long weekend blues. It was a good one. Nice weather, lots to do in the city. Matthew, you're filling in for Joaquin this week. How you doing?
I'm doing great. And it's always fun starting a short week, isn't it?
It is.
When you're already through Monday.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, tomorrow's hump day already. This week's Nasty Bash week.
Yeah.
We've got the bird draft happening this week.
Bird draft.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun week here at EST for a short week as it is. So, yeah.
I'm a little lost with the bird draft. There's categories, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you, like, what's...
I don't know what they've fully decided.
I wonder what's top pick.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, like, it's bird draft. Like... That's a tough one, Alex. That's probably the hardest draft.
What's the best bird overall? Just all birds.
A blue jay?
Oh, I was going eagle. Like, don't mess with an eagle.
An eagle's
They're majestic.
Legit. Yeah.
They will destroy you without thinking twice. They just sit in their perch, just eyeing everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a legit bird that might be the favorite.
Yeah, maybe. Are they doing like for example, Big Bird,
I think there's characters. I heard them talking about it a bit on the morning show today. I'm not, as the host of the show, I'm still not part of the group chat to be prepared properly to be the proper host of the show. So I don't know what's being discussed in the group chat.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's a category for a big bird of some sort. I'm not 100% sure though, because I'm again still not in this group chat as the host of the EST Hangout.
Max Bazoo says Larry Bird. Dog Dad says chicken wings. Spency 5 cents. He says owls are pretty dope. Yeah, they're kind of creepy too.
Eyes, see them at night, Yeah, but it's going to be a fun week at EST. Just like whenever it's a draft day, it's always a little more fun around here. And then it's Nasty Bash week. Yeah, it's just going to be a good
the
time.
Elks play.
Sure.
We got NASCAR again this weekend.
Do we?
Yeah.
Where are they?
It's every weekend, man.
It's not every weekend.
Yeah,
They
pretty
don't
much.
take breaks.
I think they do. Again, I'm fairly new to it, but since I started watching NASCAR a couple months ago, it's been every weekend.
Let's take a look at their schedule for this
Well,
year.
let's do it. Next up is Watkins Glen.
Oh my God, there's a lot of races.
Yeah.
So Feb 2, okay, I'll start at Daytona 500. Feb 16, Feb 23, March 2, 9, 16, 23, 30, April 6, 30. Like, what is this?
Yeah, they go nonstop.
Well, I guess
man.
they're also in one country. Yeah, but okay, there's regular season from Feb 2 till June 22nd. Then they have an in-season challenge.
Yeah.
That's June 28th to July 27th. And now they're back to regular season. And then there's the playoffs, the round of 16, round of 12, round of 8, and the championship 4. So only 4 people race in the championship?
No. Everybody still races, but only the tops, the 16 that qualify for the playoffs can only win the championship.
But it says championship 4.
No.
Well, that's by the time they get to the championship, there's only 4 people that can win. But what, I could be a nobody and knock you out?
No. So let me explain. The 16 drivers, okay, they get into the playoffs.
The round of 16.
Yeah, they're the only ones that can win the championship. Everybody else still races.
Right, but
okay?
by the time you get to the championship 4, what happens? Because it's broken down.
Yeah, so they race 3 races, and then it's the top 12 in terms of points. And then 3 races again, it's the top 8. And then when it says the top 4, it means only those 4 guys are vying for the championship, but everybody else is still racing.
Right. So if I don't like someone, I could just knock them out of the race.
You could, yeah. You probably have to fight after. Though NASCAR likes to scrap.
Sure, but I can not. If I really hate someone, I could just knock them out of the race and be like, you're not winning this race. I'm not in this. I can't win, but I'm going to knock you out.
It's great. Do you want to start watching NASCAR?
No.
Damn it.
I tried to when I was younger. I got through a few. They're too long.
No,
500 laps is too long for me.
That's the only thing, because now they do stages, stage 1, stage 2, and then the main race. But you know what's crazy? So I got into it because I watched the Drive to Survive NASCAR stuff.
Their version.
Yeah. And I thought, I was like, I was enjoying it. And I'm like, this is cool. And then I'm kind of getting I picked my favorite drivers just all based off the show. He's William Byron. He's the guy that started on a simulator.
Okay.
And didn't get a lot of respect at first because they're like, this kid just does it on his
sim.
And he's a really good driver. He was leading. And then when I made the claim that he was my favorite, he was terrible. Like, he didn't finish races. He was finishing in the bottom 10. But he won on Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
And he had to save fuel. He almost didn't make it. But you know what was crazy, man? I was watching the final of that race, and I had that kind of nervous, excited feeling you get when you truly want someone.
When it matters.
And I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I'm feeling this way about NASCAR.
I would have never expected anyone here to be a NASCAR person. And
well, you know what Sundays are for now are now for Hernan, NASCAR, not NFL anymore.
Not even F1.
F1's good, but F1 is very, after watching Indy NASCAR, like F1 in terms of entertainment is probably 3rd.
Well, that's the thing. When we all got into it, it was that crazy year with Max and all the longtime F1 people. Like, you're going to be disappointed. It's not as exciting as this every year.
Yeah, now it's just down to the 2 McLaren guys. A good race. It was fun. I mean, Leclerc had pole and he didn't win. He finished 4th. He was extremely disappointed. But anyways,
in 2 weeks it's soccer time for me, so it's soccer time.
And I heard the transfer windows are crazy right now. And I'm glad you're in this week because I have a lot to get to about soccer. Because with my buddy Joaquin doesn't follow soccer, so I can't really bounce something off him soccer-wise. But Mueller going to the Whitecaps, all these transfers. EPL starts pretty soon.
2 weeks.
And I have a question. Maybe I'll ask you tomorrow because we got a lot on tap. I should probably tell you what's on the show. But yeah, I can't wait for the soccer talk. Farhan Lalji coming up in about 7 minutes time. We'll go around the CFL. Of course, he had the call on the Edmonton Elks game. We'll also have Tim Heraney as we're at the summer break in F1. He'll be on with us at 2:05 for this Need for Speed segment for Rad Torque Raceway. Inside the Numbers, faces of the franchise, and you. We want to hear from you. Nasty chat, slam that thumbs up or hit us up on the River Cree inbox 780-218-9999. And same thing as always for Play Alberta, which is presenting Edmonton Sports Talk. Just everything's reloaded with the same codes.
EST Sports, deposit 20, get a $50 free bet. YEG 50, deposit 5, get a $50 free bet.
There you
don't
have
make a
it.
deposit, you enter those, and they're right there.
We're going to talk a lot Elks. We got about 3 minutes here before we get Farhan on. I mean, Maddie, it's getting to that moment where I feel bad again. They played their hearts out. They did. We're going to get to it, the good and the bad. But, man, so close. But we're still there, Maddie. Like, they can't close out a game. It's 2-3 plays that are absolutely crushing this team. And again, for back-to-back weeks, they're toe-to-toe with two of the better teams in the league, if not the two hottest. They just can't find a way.
Can't find a way. It's almost feels like it's a step back. Like this was like 2 years ago for this Elks team.
Yeah.
Like last year, there was a little bit, it seemed a little better at times. But this year, it seems like a step back. But, can't punch it in from the one on 2 opportunities. That's crushing. Julian Grant needs to catch the football. There's about 4 major drops this season, I would argue. One of them he bounced back from. Actually, well, 2 Winnipeg he also bounced back from, but a couple major drops this season.
Yeah.
Steven Dunbar had a drop. I think it was fourth quarter, may have been third, late. It's a tight one.
Yeah.
But you got to hold on to that football.
Yep.
You start the game off with a big kick return. Defensively, you give up 2 scores to start the game. You give up 1 at the end. But in the middle, you play extremely well.
Yeah.
But there's that 3rd and 8 where you're right there. You almost take down Bo for the sack. You're with the ball at midfield. Instead, he completes a big gain. They ultimately score a touchdown, I believe, on that drive as well. And then an interception from Cody Fajardo. Like, just to me, it was slightly underthrown. And Hamilton maybe did a good job of masking where the safety was, but it still was underthrown, and the safety got to make the play. Whereas if that ball was over Dunbar's head in a position where he could get it in stride, that's, if anything, it's knocked down, but there's more of a play that Dunbar could make on it.
Yeah. And
that was a huge turning point because that led to Hamilton's game-winning drive. They were kind of stalling a lot. The Elks defense was going out there making a lot of plays, and that interception was that big momentum change. So a lot of just shooting themselves in the foot and can't get it done. Now they go down to Montreal, which is never easy.
No, Cody Fajardo, I agree, a bad pick, but he started the game 17 for 17, 20 for 25. For me, you're not going away from this guy. He's your starter from here on in unless things get really, really bad. I thought finally they ran the ball. Ranking was solid. He's a hard man to take down when he gets those legs going. Special teams, real good once again, outside of the opening kickoff that the number 11 almost brought all the way back. Defense gave him a chance once again. I thought the offense had the Ticats defense off balance for a lot of that game. Play of the game, Cody Grace covers his own punt. And again, a missed opportunity because the Elks go 2-0 and have to settle for 3 instead of 7, right? So I still think a lot of good, but I don't think here in Edmonton the fans want to hear that anymore. And I know it's a new regime and it's a new coaching staff and it's a ton of new players, but they got to find a way.
They can't lose another game in August. The season's over.
Yeah, 100%.
We're now talking fully about 2026.
Yeah.
There's no point in talking about 2025 anymore.
No, because if they lose Friday, it matches their start last year, 1-7.
Well, but they were able to come back from that one.
Yeah, with this coaching change and
this one, like if you lose this week, okay, either Winnipeg's going to still be at 8 points or they're going to jump up to 10 points with Calgary. Mm-hmm. You got to go. That almost seems insurmountable. Toronto or Ottawa, one of them is getting a win this weekend.
Yeah.
Unless there's a tie. That means you're going to drop, if you lose this week at the Edmonton Elks, you're going to drop 2 games back of Toronto and Ottawa.
Yeah.
And with the tiebreaker, that technically means you're 3 back because with the crossover, you have to outright be better. It doesn't come down to season series. Yeah. You have to be better. So now you're 3 games back. Where are you picking up these wins?
Yeah. This is a big three game stretch right here, Maddie. It's enormous. We'll get to the bad after Farhan. He's coming up next from TSN. Of course, he called the game on Saturday alongside Paul Lapolice and Tom Gazzola. It was a great job. It was a great day. A little bit of a delay there with that stupid rain that came out of nowhere. It was supposed to be such a beautiful day. And listen, I don't think that impacted. Both teams had to go through it. I don't think it impacted either team that much. Hey, Afternoon Box is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off. It's available 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. We'll continue the Elks and CFL conversation. Hit us up, 780-218-9999. And then ask chat and slam that thumbs up for us. Up next, TSN's Farhan Lalji here on EST Afternoons. Here's Ben, Sports Update.
The Blue Jays look to continue their dominance as they are in action against the Rockies for the second game of their 3-game set. Jays are at the top of the AL East and looking to take the top spot in the AL. Barrios to take the mound for Toronto. Molina for Colorado. First pitch is at 6 4-day. Heading local, the Edmonton River Hawks are wrapping up the regular season playing the Victoria Harbor Cats in the first game of a 2-game set. That first pitch is at 6:35. You can listen to the game live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Energy City Cactus Rats are also on the diamond as they take the Fort Mac Giants. First pitch, 4:35. To the field, Royce Metier returns to practice after being sidelined for the past few games. In Montreal, the Alouettes have added 4 players, including Ciante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. In Hamilton, the Tiger Cats signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. This sports update is brought to you by Gimme Virtual Golf, with 240 unique courses and technology that automatically tees up the ball for you. Gimme Virtual Golf is where innovation meets the game. Visit their website at gimmevirtualgolf.ca. On the other side of the break, Farhan Lalji on EST Afternoons. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Dave Naylor.
Nobody wants to hear this in Edmonton, but defensively, the Elks the last 2 weeks have put up their best performances. The Cody Fajardo switch, I don't think, based on what we've seen the last 2 weeks, anybody has much of an argument about who gives them the best chance to win right now, and that's got to be what it's about for the Elks, because they got to rebuild this fan base, and another season is about to get away from them here.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by Southport Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Goodbye. You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. SentinelStorage.ca.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talks. Matt Iwanyk, Hernan Salas, Ben Thompson with you as the Coob, Joaquin, taking some vacation. Well-deserved for both boys, so hopefully they're enjoying some time off. And I know Coob's exploring out there on the west, and Gator's just a staycation, but he's probably relaxing. And just chilling. We're just ahead of Farhan Lalji from TSN. We got some fun stuff coming for Inside the Numbers. This Elks conversation is, man, I wish it was different, Matty. I wish we were sitting here after 7 games at at 3-4 or 4-3, and in the playoff conversation. Now they're not out. Let's just be honest. And but they need a lot of help, and they gotta
win football games too.
They gotta string like 2-3.
Doesn't matter what football games. Who helps you by beating other teams? If you can't win football games, you're not going to make up grounds.
That's the problem, right? And BC, surprisingly to me, is sitting there at 3 wins, and so that's the only one you can catch, because it doesn't matter what.
But then you also have to catch someone out east.
Yeah,
because that's not good enough. 4th in the West isn't good enough.
Yeah,
it's also going to be 3rd out east.
Can you try again, Benny? Because he's texting me. He's asking.
Yeah, he gave me Tim's number for Farhan's number.
Oh boy,
I'll text it quickly. Unless you've got it.
I got it right here. That is my bad, buddy.
Okay.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, 2 numbers that are the same. Did you call Tim? Oh, that's a mistake. Tim, I wasn't supposed to be on just yet.
I wasn't supposed to be on.
Elks open up as -4 underdogs going out to Montreal. The Lions head out to Hamilton as 4.5 dogs. It's -4.5 for the Ticats going into this one. That's Thursday. The Elks is on Friday, and we got a doubleheader on Saturday with Ottawa, Toronto, Winnipeg, Calgary. So should be a fun week. Oh, you need me a text?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just don't have Benny's number. Yeah, so we're looking here at the Elks, what they can do. It's a short week for them.
Sent.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly... We're doing...
You know who needs some help? The Sacramento Gold Miners in my fantasy league.
Do they?
Getting crushed.
Are you struggling?
Well, one, I kept ranking on my bench, and I kept Winnipeg on my bench, and that cost me.
Oh.
I did pick up Greg Bell, so that was my alternative for...
Can you guys pick up...
But my wide receivers are...
Vavel, whatever his name is. Vavel, the guy that returned 2 kicks.
You could have him, but you're risking... Like, you'd only get points for a touchdown or something. The problem I have is I have no receivers right now. Tyson Philpott's hurt. Justin McInnes hasn't been good for the last number of weeks. Yeah, Wheatfall has fallen off in Winnipeg. He started off really well this season.
He's like a one-hit wonder.
Dunbar has actually been one of my more consistent players.
Yeah.
I need receivers. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, my quarterbacks are all hurt, basically. I got Cody Fajardo now. Luckily, I got him, but I'm waiting for Davis Alexander to get back and healthy. My kickers aren't doing well. Rene Paredes hasn't been good enough.
He's surprisingly missed some good one. Like Mark Leggio, I think, remains perfect on this season. Because Reed and I, for some reason, last week we were looking at kicker stats, and they were pretty damn good. Like, outside of the Saskatchewan guy, it's been...
but he had a good week this past week. I think he was 4 of 5 out in Montreal, Brett Lawther.
Huh. Okay. Because Malto's in Montreal, that guy can hit from 60.
He's got automatic. A leg.
He is automatic. We're still trying to get Farhan. We might have to bail here. Let's try him one more time. I know he was on a time crunch, so we're already a little bit past.
Leggio's perfect, 18 of 18. Sean White's perfect, 18 of 18. Maltos has only missed 2 kicks. He's just shy of 93%. Ajurulahu is 91%. He's 21 of 23. Castillo is just sub 9. He's 89.5.
Yeah.
Blanchard's moved his way up to 83. Lewis Ward is below Blanchard at 80. Rene Paredes is at 72 and Brett Lawler's at 71. The only thing is Blanchard by far has had the least amount of kicks. He's only had 12 kicks that he's attempted this season.
Yeah, and Blanchard's like since the first game.
It's clutch. He's absolutely clutch.
He's good. Like I didn't see that coming, but we'll move on. We can't connect with Farhan, unfortunately. It's too bad. So that's my bad. I gave you the wrong phone number to start, so that set us back a few minutes. Let's look at the bad. I mean, again, you're on 2nd and goal from the 1, 3rd and goal from the 1. You bring in Cole Snyder. It's so fascinating to me that the CFL always has to put in their 3rd string or their backup to do short. In the NFL, the starter just does it.
In the NFL, they also don't do a lot of short yardage.
No, it's very rare.
When it's 4th and 1, way more often than not.
Yeah,
like it's probably 90% or higher. You're punting.
Yeah, it's. I just don't get it. Remember, you said we were talking. This was off the air, and I said Trey won't do it. because Trey's never done it. But at that point, it's like, keep Cody in. Do you know what I mean? And
I don't know why you wouldn't keep Cody in if he's been doing it this year. I also think with the struggles, you might as well just give Trey an opportunity and not even do the standard up the gut.
Yeah.
Put him behind and let him run side to side or try something different. Their short yardage is very much struggling right now. It even had its struggles with Cody.
Yeah.
So you might as well just completely throw it all out and go from something from scratch, or you might as well start punting.
Yeah, but again, so you finished the half with a touchdown and you're getting the ball back. I think Jay Milne said it, and it's in that book. I can't remember what it's called, but that's the Bill Belichick. Go on a long drive to finish off the half, and then you're getting the ball back, so you're leaving the other
That's what I do in Tecmo.
Yeah.
That's why you always kick in Tecmo, Hernan.
So that was a big one. And it's funny because at that point I tweeted, it was funny. I tweeted out, Ticats defense doesn't look so good. And then they make the stop, and I just put a upside down face.
Oh, is that why you put that one out?
Yeah, I was like, never mind. But again, I don't think the O-line got a good push. The O-line struggling. They were better in this game. Farhan says to try again. Yeah, so you got to finish that one. Let's get to the big one. The K-on Julian Grant. There's 111 left. 111 left, Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
They get that. I mean, there's no guarantees they win the game, but you're
going to overtime.
You're in pretty good shape.
At the worst, you're going to overtime because you score at that point, and it's all of a sudden it'd be 31-28.
Yeah,
there's a lot of time for Bo to get back into field goal range.
Yeah,
he's going to do it. I think you'd have to think, but you're going to overtime maybe.
Yeah.
And what if your defense makes this? Like, you're in a much better spot. But he's had too many drops this season that are too important.
That's his third.
It's 4. I put it at 4. He had the one through his hands in Winnipeg, too.
You're right. We do have Farhan from TSN joins us now. Farhan, thank you for taking the time. Sorry we're a little late. We had some issues there connecting with the phone. Let's get right to it, Farhan. Once again, we thank you for joining us. You did the game on Saturday here between the Edmonton Elks and Hamilton Tiger Cats. We were just talking about it in the opening segment. The Elks continue to play better ball, but they just can't finish it out. It's 2-3 plays that are costing them. What did you see from the green and gold on Saturday?
Yeah, Hernan and Matt, thanks for having me. For sure, I thought they played so well. Really, in all 3 phases, right? I mean, they gave us some big returns, but they also generated some. Defensively, I thought they did, a fairly good job, especially in the early going against Bo. And then, outside of one pass, I thought Cody Fajardo played well. And, unfortunately, the team's interior O-line let him down a bit down at the goal line at the end of the first half that took a touchdown off the board. But when you're a team that has some holes and has some youth and is figuring things out in certain parts of your lineup, you just have no margin for error. And that's where the Elks are right now. I mean, I did my game notes and my rosters, and I looked at Hamilton's secondary just as an example of one area of the team. And, everybody's 5th year, 6th year, 7th year. And you look at Edmonton, and it's all 1st and 2nd year guys, right? So you can't play perfect airtight. At some point, there's going to be a mistake. And Edmonton didn't make many, but when they did, it hurt them.
This Elks defense, when they started the season, they couldn't keep anyone, the less than 30 points. They were averaging 34 points given up. In the last 2 weeks, they've shrunk that by almost 10 points, 24.5 through 2 weeks. What have you seen in this Elks defense, and are you seeing a turnaround for this defense?
Yeah, I am seeing a turnaround, and I think structurally they're better. They're in the right spots. They're playing with a little more confidence, and they're rallying to the football, right? And when you know where the guy next to you is going to be and you're not trying to do too much, it makes playing defense a lot easier. And it took him a while to get to this point. We talked to JC about it last week in preparation for the broadcast. And, there's just sometimes when you're playing a few, that many young players and you try to get them to make specific adjustments on the fly, they're just not comfortable. So he did need to simplify a few things, and whether or not he can get back to what he was doing before and have it be more effective, we'll see. But I think he felt during the bye week that he needed to simplify, and you're seeing that in these last 2 games.
Farhan, Cody Fajardo's come in. He played okay in Saskatchewan. He didn't have the protection he needed last game. He started 17 for 17, was outstanding. Had the one bad pick though, but I was telling Maddie here in the opening segment, like this is his team now. How much of a run do you think Cody Fajardo gets here, Farhan?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting because it is his team for the rest of the season. There's no doubt, and. I don't think Trey Ford gets back into the lineup on a regular basis unless Cody gets hurt. That's just the way it is. And, the players believe in Cody. They believe their best chance to win is with Cody. The offensive guys know that I better get to certain places at the right time if I want to get the ball, or otherwise the ball is going to be there. So, Cody has a very good picture.
Did we lose him?
Is the phone on?
Yeah, he was telling me. It is.
Is he a long-term solution to quarterback? Right? Like, that's the issue now. Edmonton has to decide. It's from Cody's perspective. I think he was prepared to walk away, back up the rest of the way. And now, if you're Edmonton, do you want to make him a long-term solution in the position? So I think that's a question, right? I mean, understand that Montreal moved on to a better option, and there are some limitations with how Cody plays. So when you compare him to Trey, yeah, you're going to look at him a certain way. But when you compare him to a number of the elite quarterbacks around the league, I'm not sure you look at him the same way. So I think that's the decision. Right now, I don't think they need to make that decision. Just ride this out, get some success, try to find some wins, and then make that decision at the end of the year. Because there won't be a big market for Cody. Ultimately, if he wants a starting job in Edmonton, starting quarterback, that's going to be the marriage. It's not like a whack of other teams are going to go out and want to get him.
For this Elks team, should Ed have a little bit of a concern over the receiving core right now?
I think so. I think this is the least dynamic receiving core in the league. I'm not saying they're bad man for man, but if you look at Edmonton's wide receiver one, pick your guy, Steven Dunbar, whoever. Where would that player be on any other receiving core in the league if everybody was healthy? Right. And I don't know that anybody would be above a 3. Right. So you have to look at that. And, do they have that blazer that can really, really threaten defenses, or that consistent guy that you just have to look to on second and long in every situation and can still take a game over by volume, if not by speed. So those are all things that you got to look at. So again, I'm not telling you they're bad. But look, I know Ed Hervey and how he builds teams. And I think this year he wanted to build the defensive side of the ball. You can't fix it all at once. You fix it. So for him, he wanted to probably get into how to build the receiving core and maybe 1 or 2 additional pieces on the offensive line. And in fairness to Ed, I think if you looked at the offensive line coming into the year based on last year's performance, you'd probably think they were great. And I think some players have underperformed in that offensive line. We talk about the play down at the goal line at the end of the half, the back-to-back quarterback sneaks. Well, right guard gets blown up on one play, left guard gets blown up on another play, right? I know Ivy's not playing as well as he has previously. Boyko's not playing as well as he has previously. Corte against Saskatchewan, who was playing center in that game, had his struggles. So I think I don't think he felt coming into the year that offensive line was going to be an issue. I probably think he understands that there's a ways to go in the receiving core, but that was going to be next year's project, not this year's.
Farhan Lalji from TSN joining us here on EST Afternoons. Farhan, just a few more for you. Looking at the BC Lions, they were on the bye week. They return to the field this week as they will be taking on the red-hot Hamilton Tiger Cats. They sit at 3-5, Farhan, 2 of those wins coming over the Elks. Where does this team need to improve to kind of keep pace with the top 3 teams in the West?
On the defensive side of the ball, I think offensively they're doing enough. Even in the last game against Hamilton, for the most part, but the issue for number one, they're not getting enough.
I think we're gonna have to say,
we're gonna
goodbye. Maybe
they should be getting a pass rush without having to blitz as much. Defensively, we have issues in the secondary, and so need to get better in the secondary for sure.
Farhan, thank you for taking the time to join us. Enjoy your week here, and I'm sure we'll be chatting sometime here in the near future. All the best.
All right, see you guys.
All right, that's Farhan Lalji from TSN. I had a few more, but the connection was a little...
Yeah, a little wonky
he did
there.
warn me, though. He goes, because I think he's out in Seattle. He said the connection might be a little off. So, but we got some good stuff there about Cody Fajardo and Trey Ford. He said he thinks Cody Fajardo is the quarterback for the rest of the year. You think that's too soon, Matty?
I do, just because I fear that this team could still go lose a bunch more football games in a row. And I think at that point, what do you have to lose to try for Trey one more time? Like, I think give him one more shot. Because here's the thing. If you're not going to go to Trey at any more point, then just cut him. Move on. He's not going to be back on this team next year.
But there's guaranteed money.
Well, then that's a huge problem on this team that you gave money to a quarterback who 7 weeks into the season, you've lost all faith in.
Yeah.
That's a huge indictment on then Ed Hervey, I would say, as you really screwed up there.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So it's like one of those, if you, again, right now it's Cody's team. No one should disagree with that. But if you go lose to Montreal and you go lose to Toronto, what are we doing now at this point?
Yeah.
And then it's at that point, Trey's not part of this team then in 2026. So why he's part of this roster? Let him go.
Yeah, no,
just cut him loose and fully focus on Cody as your starting quarterback. Fully, or go sign some other kid from down south and have them come play a few games or something. Like, I at this rate that they are going on, there's not a lot of wins coming.
No,
I don't care who Cody could look good, the stats could look all right, but you got to win football games too at this point. And if it's not, you got to make some sort of changes. And that comes in many spots, including at the quarterback position. I don't care if the players feel like it gives them their best chance to win. Ultimately, if you aren't winning, you got to change something else up.
Okay, I'll ask you this, and we'll get a little break, and then we'll come back with Inside the Numbers, because Matty's got some interesting numbers. I want to point out some numbers that are just not transitioning into what Ed Hervey paid for these players. But, okay, so, Matty, let's just say the Elks lose 2 of their next 3 games. Playoffs
Two of the next 3, okay.
The playoffs are probably a pipe dream.
2-8?
Yeah, they're a pipe dream at that point, okay? And then the Elks decide we're going to go to Trey Ford. How much value do you put into that play when you know you're not going anywhere?
You'd have to put a lot, because all the other teams are still playing for playoff spots.
Okay.
Their seasons aren't over. So if he goes out there and plays well, that's not late in the season like it was last year. If he goes and plays poor, even more, okay, he just can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was just curious because you know what the narrative is going to be? Well, they're not playing for anything, but the other teams are.
The other teams are.
Yeah.
When you should all be playing for jobs. And I'm not talking about just your quarterback. And every one of this, if you are a 2-8 football team, every single one of you should be playing for your jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fair. It's a good question, and we'll ask you, Nasties. Let us know. River Korean Box 780-218-9999 or on the Nasty chat. Do you agree with Farhan that this is Cody Fajardo's team from here until the end of the season, unless the wheels completely fall off and it's just like, let's just go with the guy? Because he did say, I know he cut out in the middle, but at the end he goes, I don't know how many teams are lining up to sign Cody Fajardo to be your starter.
Which I had to think like that. I agreed with. If all quarterbacks are healthy. Because Jay and I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago on the post game. He thought there'd be more teams. I said, when healthy, I don't think there's a team that would want him as their starter.
Yeah.
And Trey, it's the same thing. There's no one that would want him as their starter. Now, would Calgary take him right now? Absolutely, they take Cody Fajardo. Would Winnipeg take him right now? Possibly. They love Strevler, though.
Yeah. But Cody's, on most teams, he's going there to be a backup.
He would have to be.
Yeah,
that's the situation. And that's what, like, the one thing about Cody Fajardo we also have to remember is the last 2 teams, like, this is his 3rd team in like 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, when they made the move to go to Davis Alexander, there are some people questioning it, but they made the right call. Like Davis
Alexander last off.
He's a stud. He's an apps. And listen, I love Cody Fajardo's moxie, man.
I do too.
I love his post game. He's honest. He looks in the mirror. He's the first one to call it out, and he puts himself in there. I love the attitude. I love the passion that he plays with. He's a hell of a quarterback. And I just think, and again, I still think Trey has a bright future. I do, Matty. I truly do. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I think Trey still has a future here in Edmonton. But I think right now, and Farhan alluded to it as well, I think this team needs a Cody Fajardo, a veteran like that, to be leading the way.
Sure, but if he doesn't play again this season, there is no future in Edmonton. What future is there? How could you at all trust him to play here next year?
Well, he's under contract with guaranteed money, so he's not going anywhere.
I have to look more into that guaranteed money.
Yeah. There's probably the one he signed. There's an article that probably had all the breakdown.
Well, it's 2027. He's got 400 hard money, but doesn't mean guaranteed money.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
But there is usually would be some sort of guaranteed and stuff like that. So,
all right, coming up next, inside the numbers, we've got some interesting stuff regarding the Elks, and we'll continue to recap and look ahead to their game on Friday. Of course, we'll be at the Nasty Bash for pregame and postgame show. So make sure you've RSVP'd to be there, and we can watch the good old green and gold. Hopefully, pick up a dub in good old Montreal. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. Patio season is on at the CBH. Sunshine, cold drinks, and the best atmosphere. Grab your crew and head to the Canadian Brewhouse. We're back with more Elks talk on the other side of the break. Here's Ben, Sports Update.
The Blue Jays look to stay hot as they face off with the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Toronto sits atop of the AL East and has its sights set on leading the American League. Barrios gets the start for the Jays. Molina on the hill for Colorado. First pitch at 6:40. Closer to home, the Edmonton Riverhawks are closing out the regular season against the Victoria Harbor Cats in Game 1 of a 2-game series. First pitch at 6:35. Catch all the action live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Energy City Cactus Rats are also in action, taking on the Fort Mac Giants. That one gets underway at 4:35. And on the field, Royce Metier is back at practice after missing the last few games. In Montreal, the Alouettes have made some roster moves, adding 4 players, including defensive back Deontay Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Meanwhile, in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have picked up former Edmonton Elks running back Kevin Brown. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated since 1993, they're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, the experts you need to know. On the other side of break, Matt Iwanyk and Hernan Salas inside the numbers. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Dave Naylor.
Nobody wants to hear this in Edmonton, but defensively, the Elks the last 2 weeks have put up their best performances. The Cody Fajardo switch, I don't think, based on what we've seen the last 2 weeks, anybody has much of an argument about who gives them the best chance to win right now. And that's got to be what it's about for the Elks, because they got to rebuild this fan base. And another season is about to get away from them here.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by Southport Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Goodbye. You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. SentinelStorage.ca.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. It's Matthew Iwanyk, Ben Thompson, Hernan Salas here with you. Keep those messages coming to the Nasty Chat. Also hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Lots of Elks in this hour as they fall to 1-6 on the season. Not good. Not what we were expecting with such a active offseason. But here we are, and the big game on Friday in Montreal, 5:30. Matthew Iwanyk, Jay Milne will be live from the Nasty Bash at 4:30 with your pregame show, and they'll jump on right after for the postgame show. And let's hope the Elks get MBT that we saw on Saturday. That's what I'm putting it on, Matthew. That's what I'm putting it on, that they get an MBT. And they suffered some injuries on defense, and we'll see what happens there. But let's get to inside the numbers for Play Alberta. Play Alberta is your home for online gaming excitement, featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instants, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. All the codes are reloaded, so just head back to Play Alberta. Maddie, we both got some stuff we want to get to. Let's start with your inside the numbers.
Yeah, I just was looking at some things because of this Trey Cody conversation. And part of one thing I want to see with Trey is what it would look like with the defense being a little different. Yeah. When Trey Ford has been the starting quarterback for the Elks this season, they're averaging just shy of 24 points per game. Defensively, they're averaging 34 points per game given up. Yeah. That's a big difference. The last two games with Cody, one, the offense is actually producing at a lower rate. They're only averaging 21 points per game. With Trey, they averaged a little bigger of a sample size, obviously. But they average more points per game than Cody Fajardo. It's 21. But defensively, 24.5 points per game. It's almost a 10-point difference over the last two games. Now, some might say that that's partly because of the offense. Yeah. I could point out, though, look at the first two possessions. Now, one of that is a little bit of special teams. Last week, it was a touchdown to start. Against Saskatchewan, an early touchdown to start. Yeah. They give up touchdowns when they are rested, this defense. So it's not as much late in the game. But I also point to this right here is that, Trey Ford against Winnipeg, when it was close. Yeah. Down the stretch, the offense got cold. Yes. In their final 6 possessions in that game against Winnipeg, out in Winnipeg, which is a difficult place to play too. And those 6 drives, they had 5 first downs total on those 6 drives for 60 yards. Yeah. Now, some of those came in a garbage time drive, so that actually favors the Elks a little bit more in the yards. But on 6 drives, 5 first downs. This past week, the Edmonton Elks in their final 6 possessions, and the field goal wasn't because they moved the ball into field goal range. Because Cody Grace. They had, in their final 6 possessions, they only had 4 first downs. Now, they got more yards out of it. They got 90 yards. But it's not out of this world late in the game that you saw Cody Fajardo carry this team down the field. And they had many opportunities, just like this football team did in Winnipeg, to do it, and it didn't get done. Yeah. And it was because of a big special teams play that allowed the Elks to get that 1 field goal. Now, look, we could point out mistakes. Julian Grant dropped that football. It was a good throw by Cody Fajardo. That should have been a first down. That should have been a touchdown. Yeah. But I can go to that Winnipeg game at the end of the first half. Julian Grant should have caught that football in the end zone. They would have went to half with a touchdown. Yeah. So there's a lot of similarities between these two games, but they're just not getting those wins. But it's interesting. It's one of those where I look at the Trey and why I say I would like to potentially see Trey back in the lineup should this team continue to keep losing football games. Is if the defense, though, is only giving up 24 points versus the 34, maybe the Elks find a few extra victories with Trey as the starting quarterback. So
I guess what you're saying is maybe there's just this narrative that Cody's been that much better.
Well, it's and look, he has been statistically more yards, a much better quarterback.
Yeah, he's producing
but he's not getting the victories in the end. Mm-hmm. And I think there are some things like against Saskatchewan last week, 2 weeks ago. It was 4 points they had in the fourth quarter. Yeah. They pushed and they had the chance to go take the lead or win the football game. I'll give Cody. That's the one thing Cody has that you cannot say about Trey Ford is that Cody in his final possessions of his 2 starts, when he's taken to the field, he's had a chance to either go tie that game or win that football game. That's the one thing you cannot take away from Cody Fajardo, and that's the one thing you cannot say about Trey Ford this season. Yeah.
No, that's fair.
But the flip side to that is there was a stretch there where they could have taken over that football game. Just like there was a stretch there they could have taken over in Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. There's a lot to this, but there are similarities I'm still seeing of how they're losing, with Cody versus how they're losing with Trey.
It's very simple when the Elks are late in the game, they're trying to come back, what the defense is doing. It's an all-out blitz because they know the O-line can block them. And that's just the reality. We saw it again on 3rd down when Keon Julian Grant dropped a touchdown with 1:11 to go. Could have led to a win. Could have led to overtime. We don't know Bo Levi was going to march the field. We don't know that. Right? And then you see on 3rd on third down, Matty, the game on the line, they just sent everybody, and you can't block it. You can't block it when you send one extra guy. So that's the strategy that we're seeing now. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the game, like, because you look at Cody, 17 for 17 to start. You look at the stat line. He throws for more yards. He's hitting the touchdowns. He's, I don't know if he's seen the field better. He probably is, sure. But the one thing that's different is Trey's escapability, right? That he's not really using this year outside of a few times. Like we talked about it, like no design runs for Trey Ford. Not a lot of rollouts. We're not using his strengths to succeed. But right now, I don't mind Cody. Like I like Cody Fajardo, and I'll be honest, Matty. I'm a Trey guy. I'm part of your club, but I think the best chance for this team to win right now is Cody.
I agree. Yeah. But okay, like there's praise for Cody Fajardo's 20 of 25, 257, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Well, just a few weeks ago, Trey Ford was 15 of 17 for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
It's not that far off.
No.
Those numbers. And yet, some will rip on Trey saying, he didn't throw that much. Well, if he threw a few extra times, he probably could have got closer to that 257. And we'd have all been praising his game for that one. But what happened in that football game a little more than this football game is they ran the ball a little bit more against Ottawa.
And with success.
Yeah, well, that's
Rankin was great.
Yeah, so that was weeks 5. Rankin rushed the ball 12 times for 105 yards. And look, and Cody Fajardo also threw the ball in that game 4 times. So if Trey's throwing those balls, if he's getting those yardage, he could have finished at 241, 19 of 21.
Yeah.
But he didn't get to throw those 4 balls. But like Trey gets ripped that he didn't throw a lot against Ottawa. And that's why those stats are there. But Cody's getting praised right now for what he did this past week. And his numbers aren't that much higher.
Yeah. Again, I just think it's the way people view Trey, right? That he's a guy that maybe can't get it done. He can't see the field. We've all watched Trey play for the last 3.5 years, Matty.
Yes.
He can make all the throws.
Yeah, and
he can.
He can. Cody's better at reading a defense.
Yes,
there's no
100%.
Question. Cody right now gives them a better chance to win. There's no question about that. Cody should be the starting quarterback on Friday against the Montreal Alouettes. Again, no question about that. I think the amount of people are like, they're viewing one game of Trey Ford this year and think that's the quarterback of Trey Ford. That's all Trey Ford is. He's nothing else. He didn't play well against Winnipeg. He didn't play well against Ottawa. He didn't play well at any other point this season. He's just a garbage quarterback, basically. When actually the numbers are actually not far off from Cody.
Yeah. And let's be fair here. NBC, the whole team was bad. It wasn't one person.
No.
I mean, quarterback, the spotlight's on because it's the most important position in football. But if you could have made changes to the whole roster, the coach probably would have, because that was a bad game. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm really intrigued to see how far Fajardo gets to run with this team. Again, Farhan said he sees him being the starter for the rest of the season. I don't know if, and I don't think you agreed either, but you don't think it's going to be. I still think we see Trey again this season.
To one degree, I hope we don't, because that means they're still losing football games. Like, so a large part of me does not want to see Trey back in, because I want this Elks team to start winning football games. I want Cody Fajardo to go win 4 of the next 5, and then we're talking about a playoff race. Mm-hmm. My only thing is, what if that doesn't happen? Because based on the sample size of this season, there's not a lot of wins coming the rest of this way for this Elks team. So might as well just throw that one last opportunity.
Yeah.
See if you could develop the other one too, because maybe there's a situation where you go into camp next year full on. May the best man win.
Yeah. Hell, we might see Cole Snyder this year.
Because in the end, the last 2 training camps have not been competitions.
No.
MBT was declared 2 years ago. Trey was declared this year.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a situation here where you know what you have in Cody.
Yeah.
And you bring Trey in if things don't go well. And maybe you see something in training. You go, you want to know something next year in training camp? Bring it, boys.
Yeah.
Who wants the ball? Come get it. And maybe that's the thing the Elks haven't had in the last number of years that they needed.
Maybe that's
maybe they need an actual full-on come and get it. Not declaring anybody anything. Mm-hmm. Even this, like, don't declare Cody the starter the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it too. Like, don't declare anyone the starter of the way. Go earn it. And you want to know something? If you're going to lose that football, maybe they need to go Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith now. You lose a game, the other guy's going in.
Yeah.
And once you lose, the other guy's going back in. Because screw it. They're not winning football games as is.
Yeah.
So why not just make a competition?
I agree. I have no issues with that.
Maybe that's what I want to see the rest of the way. Next quarterback to lose, you're out the next week. The other guy comes in.
And just rotate all three. Who cares at this point?
And if you win, you keep the football. But the moment you lose, it goes to the other person.
We're waiting for the injury report to come out for day 2 today. There is reports that Royce Metier has returned to practice, but it sounds like Coach Gillum has not committed to him starting, says it might take him another week. But good news, he is on the field. Shaylin Garnes moved to safety. I thought he struggled a bit at safety. I like him better at Sam linebacker, even though Logan Jr. played well at Sam linebacker. I thought Shaylin Garnes, and Joel DeBlanco is a friend of the show. I know Joel, he's a great guy. I thought they picked on him in coverage a bit on passing plays. Needs to improve. What I wanted to get to here, Matty, you know how many sacks the Elks have?
I think it's 5.
Okay. You know how many interceptions?
It's 1 from the D-line.
Do you know how many forced fumbles?
Defensively, it's 0.
It's 0. Do you know where they rank in pass knockdowns?
Oh, it's got to be 9.
They're last.
How many?
16.
What's next?
19.
Okay.
So they went out and got Barlow, Brinkman, Serezna, Kongbo, Robbie Smith. They got Tyrell Ford. They got Kobe Williams. Royce Metier gets passed because he's been hurt. Robbie Smith is the highest paid defensive player in the CFL.
Well, he's the highest paid non-quarterback wide receiver, I believe.
Yeah. In 5 games, because he was hurt for a few. You want to know his stat line?
Let's do it.
9 tackles. That's it. That's it.
0 sacks.
Everybody wants to look at JC Sherritt. Oh, it's his first time as a DC. JC Sherritt this. And we've had players on from the Elks here. We had Shaylin Garnes. We had Nick Anderson. They said, hey, he's calling a great game. We're not executing. If the Edmonton Elks are going to turn this season around, yes, quarterback play has to improve all around no matter who's in there. The receivers got to improve. The O-line's got to be better. But the defense has to start making an impact with sacks, with INTs, forced fumbles, tackles for loss, 2 and outs. And you're just, listen, the defense was better in the last 2 games. 100%, Matty. They've taken a big step. They've held 2 really potent offenses under 30 points, which is huge. But you're not getting a lot from the prize guys that Ed Hervey brought in this offseason. Listen, these are just facts. A lot of guys are not bringing it right now. You're not getting. How many times did Bo Levi Mitchell escape a sack that game? Like 3?
Well, that 3rd and 8 was a crusher.
And reminder, that 3rd and 8 was because Hamilton's long snapper got hurt. It wasn't a gutsy call by Scott Milanovich. They had no choice, and they converted. Good for them, right? So for me, you got to get more pressure. Like Bo Levi Mitchell can't be escaping like that. Like that guy should have been sacked 3 times. But all I'm saying is for the amount of money that was spent on the defense, it's not happening right now, Matty. Sure, they've improved the last 2 games, but they're last in a lot of the categories. That's not good enough.
Nope.
Like Robbie Smith, the highest paid player on the defensive side of the ball in the league.
Well, Serezna would be bringing a good coin. Brinkman it was brought in. There's a few.
Yeah. Like right now, if I went outside of Nick Anderson and I said, who's your defensive MVP on the Elks, who would you pick?
MVP
because
for the Edmonton Elks.
It's Nick Anderson right now, even though he's hurt and on the 6th game.
Well, Terrell Ford will possibly up there because you're not noticing him much, which is a good thing.
He's not getting beat.
He's not getting beat.
But like last year, Tyrell had 9 or 8 interceptions.
But they're not throwing his way because they can exploit the other side of the field.
Okay.
So that on him, I'll give him credit for that one.
That's fair. I'd go with Tyrell.
He'd be up there.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, that was Inside the Numbers for Play Alberta, just breaking down the comparisons between Trey and Fajardo and looking at the defense. A lot of money was spent, a lot, and Ed wanted to build the defense side of the ball. It has improved, but the these sacks, numbers, interceptions, all these important stats have to improve for the Edmonton Elks to turn this season around. All right, hour 2. We still have Tim Heraney coming up in about 5 minutes' time for the Need for Speed segment for Rad Torque Raceway. We also have Faces of the Franchise and more CFL, and we'll go around the world of sports here on EST Afternoons. Hammer that thumbs up, hit us up on the Nasty Chat, and text us, River Korean Box 780-218-9999. We're back after the break.
The EST Hangout.
I do have concerns with Dan Campbell. I love his riverboat gambling style of coaching in a way. One of these years, it's going to cost him.
Would Dan Campbell have ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl that year?
I don't know, because there's a great article in the Washington Post, though, that says Bill Belichick baited Pete Carroll to do that. It was actually a brilliant coaching move by Bill Belichick that forced Pete Carroll to throw that football.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
The Blue Jays aim to keep rolling as they take on the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game set. Sitting at the top of the AL East, the Jays are pushing for the best record in the American League. Barrios gets the mound for Toronto. Molina goes for Colorado. First pitch is at 6:40. Locally, the Edmonton Riverhawks are in action as they open a 2-game series against the Victoria Harbor Cats, wrapping up their regular season. First pitch at 6:35. Catch it live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Energy City Cactus Rats also hit the diamond today, facing off against the Fort Mac Giants. That game gets going at 4:35. In football, Royce Metier is back on the field after missing the last few games with injury. He's only returned for practice and has not been committed to a game this Friday. Out east, the Montreal Alouettes have added 4 players to the rosters, including Deontay Evans and Brandon Dandridge. And in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. EST Afternoons continues with Matt Iwanyk, Hernan Salas. I'm Ben Thompson. And you're up to date.
Welcome back. Hour 2 here on EST Afternoons. How you doing out there? It's another beautiful day. It's a short week. We got tons of festivals around the city going on. I think Folk Fest starts this week. Kerry West. You want to go dance? You go check out Kerry West. And then Heritage Days was this past weekend. I didn't get out to it. So
Fringe is upcoming too.
Fringe is coming
Not
up
this
as
week,
well.
the week after.
There used to be Rib Fest. Used to be an old.
Oh, I remember Rib Fest.
Yeah, old Northlands. But yeah, it's not. I don't, because with COVID, a lot of these festivals shut down. I don't know if they started up again. So
yeah, some of those smaller ones, but the big ones.
Yeah,
we're coming to the end of festival season. Makes me sad.
Yeah, I'm not ready for hockey.
Mate, that's 40 some days. Reed was saying for training camp.
Oh boy. I know the Nazis love that stuff. Hey, we're going to Labor Day.
Yes, we
fun.
are. Labor Day bus. If you want to join us, over 50% sold. EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Labor Day boss at the very top. Click that. Use promo code EST Labor Day. $125 plus GST is the discounted price for ESTers. Bus down to and from Commonwealth to Calgary and back. We'll get there for a tailgate spot. We'll all sit together. It's going to be a fun time.
It's going to be great. Can't wait. Hey, let's get to the Need for Speed segment for Rad Torque Raceway. Catch flames, smoke, and speeds over 300 miles per hour at the Midas. Hot August night, August 13th at Rad Torque Raceway. Tickets and info at radraceway.com. Summer break for F1 Indy kicks off this week again with only 3 races to go. Will Alex Palou get some history done here and to chat all that fun stuff? It's Tim Heraney, F1 IndyCar Insider, does work for TSN. And check out his podcast, one of the best racing podcasts out there, nailing the apex. Tim, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Good, good. You know, you're finally off, and this annoying Hernan guy texts you again to join the show for the summer break after covering the Hungarian Grand Prix. I'm sorry, Tim, but you're just too good not to have on.
Buddy, I appreciate you having me on. This is great. It's always good to talk F1. You know that.
Yeah, and soon we'll be talking about our 49ers, buddy. So soon enough.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's
talk about Brock Purdy's massive contract that I'm not too sure. Should they have given him that much money?
Yo, buddy, don't get me started on that. We have a lot of time to talk about Brock Purdy, but the Hungarian Grand Prix, McLaren 1-2 once again. The gap now between the drivers is 9 points. It's team on team. It's going to be here between Lando and Oscar Piastri. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Disappointment for Charles Leclerc, who had pole. He looked extremely frustrated, was pretty upset, and the team came and told him some other things, and it was a little more calm. George Russell with a good race there as well. But let's start with McLaren and Lando. I mean, everybody talking about the tire save he had and the way he used them. What do you make of these two dogs going all the way here? And it's just going to be them two for the championship.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I think the last 10 races they're going to be very close between the two drivers. I mean, 9 points just separating them in the drivers' championship battle right now. And I think as, this thing sort of chugs along, I think we're probably going to have a lead change in the driver's title. We'll probably have another one after that. There could be another one after that. So I think this is going to keep going back and forth between these two drivers. And honestly, Hernan, I see this thing going all the way to the last race of the season, and that being the championship decider, which is something, we obviously, last time we saw a championship decider in Abu Dhabi was 2021. Then before that, I would say it was 2016 with Hamilton and Rosberg. And that's an interesting one because those were two teammates that were fighting tooth and nail for the driver's title. And I think as things get closer together, I can only see these two fighting each other more on track. Like, I don't think this relationship is going to be as amicable as it has been as we get closer towards the end of this season.
Of these two, like you're saying that they're going to go back and forth maybe at the top of the standings. Who do you give the edge to going into, coming out of the summer break?
Yeah, you would say Lando Norris because he has more experience, right? Yeah. And when I look at this, though, I'm going to say Oscar Piastri because obviously he's younger. He's only been in F1 for 3 years. But there has been a very impressive 3 years. This is a driver that when I look at him, he's very calm, cool, collected. I've interviewed him a number of times, shared war stories together away from the camera with him. And the one thing that I always take away from chatting with him is his maturity. And when I watch him in the race car, his ability to absorb stress and not let it make him emotional, and the bandwidth that he still has left psychologically to play with while he's in the middle of a race is extremely impressive. And I think that is going to help him limit a lot of mistakes. Where when I look at Lando Norris, he is mistake prone. We have seen that this season. We've seen it in years past. I think for Lando, in the last few races, he's done a really good job at managing mistakes when he can. I mean, the Belgian Grand Prix, I think, is a bit of an outlier for that one. But I think if you take a look at the British Grand Prix races before that, I think whatever Lando's been working on in his downtime, going to the factory, working with the engineers, making sure he's well prepared, well prepped for the races to come, and making sure he's doing lots of sim work with his engineers, then I think he's probably got a really good shot at winning this drivers' championship battle, because he's going up against a guy who doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Tim, for Lando, you just said he's putting in more time with the team, with the engineers and all that. And we all know the mistakes he's made. Is it just mental for him? Is it just committing to more, like you just alluded to? Why is Lando known for the mistakes?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just comes down to, he puts a lot of pressure on himself. And I think sometimes that leads him to some moments of overdriving where he tends to make those mistakes, because usually when you do overdrive the car, it's usually coming from a place of pressure and stress and wanting to do better. It comes from a place of good intention. But, you have to, in the race car, understand, when is the time to hustle, when is the time to be consistent, when is the time to take something to its limit, and then managing all of that. And if you take a look at what he did at the Hungarian Grand Prix towards the end of the race, as that race wears down, the tire and the rubber and the life of the tire wears down as well. And as that's wearing down, so too is the limit at which you can make a mistake and get away with it. So when the tire has a lot of rubber left on it, it allows you to get out of a mistake that you've made. It doesn't punish you as much. But when the tire starts to really degrade and come to the end of its life cycle, the window for making a mistake and getting away with it shrinks dramatically. So that can be anything, to snatching a brake, to missing the racing line by a few feet, to missing your braking reference points by a few meters, to getting back on the power too aggressively, the bleed off effect on the brake pedal, even there are so many different things where it just narrows the window on everything. And you have to be fully locked in, fully concentrated and focused on that, because if you overdrive, or if you go and then try and push or take something to the limit in that moment, you are 100% going to make a mistake. And so when I look at what Lando did in Hungary, I look at those things where it's oh, wow, he really kept a cool head there. He didn't make any mistakes. He saved enough of the tire to sort of, keep himself from getting overtaken easily by Oscar Piastri. And he limited all the amounts of mistakes that he has made in the past. And so I think that whatever he has been working on has been working, because I think we saw it play out in Hungary.
From this past weekend, from the race, what is the bigger story from Ferrari? Is it the collapse of Charles Leclerc or the performance of Lewis?
Oh my gosh. Well, here's the thing. I would say it's the collapse of Ferrari. I wouldn't put it on Leclerc, because it wasn't his fault. I think for Charles, he was the fastest driver out there on Sunday. Ferrari was in line for the victory. Whatever happened on that final stint, when they came in to switch over to a newer set of hard compound tires and let him go, the performance of the car just went absolutely straight out the window. Straight out the window. He was getting passed like he was standing still. I'd never seen anything like that in a race where a driver had been so dominant in the first two stints of a race, to then that. Never seen it. So something is clearly going on with the car. I thought it was the fact that maybe they were running it too low to the ground, and they were worried about excessive plank wear. It was something that had been talked about. There were rumors of it in the paddock. I did speak to some engineers about it. They kind of hypothesized something similar. Again, nothing is confirmed and nothing is for sure. But if you adjust the tire pressures in the tire, then you are also going to create a different balance and a different handling of the car. If you're going to turn the engine down like George Russell thought they were doing as well, that's also going to save your plank as well. Like, so faster the car goes in a straight line, the more it gets forced into the ground, the more plank wear happens to the bottom of the race car. And people have to remember that the plank is a large piece of wood that's underneath the race car. And essentially, the FIA measures that at the end of a race to see how much wear has been taken out of it. And if there's too much wear taken out of it, that means they've broken the rules by running the car too low to the ground. And if they've ran the car too low to the ground, it's going to wear the plank away. The FIA has nothing to measure. They have to disqualify them from the race, like what happened to Lewis Hamilton in China this year. So they introduced this new rear suspension at the Belgian Grand Prix. It was supposed to help them with ride height setup, so getting a good handle with the race car while maintaining the level of which the car rides towards the pavement of the ground and avoid things like plank wear. So there's a number of different things moving on there with Ferrari in that instance, and so I'm really curious to see if they're going to divulge some of the information when we get to the Dutch Grand Prix as to what exactly was going on, because everyone was a little cagey to really answer, the questions when they were put to everyone. And so I find it, I'm going to find it really fascinating to find out what exactly was going on there, because at this moment, just nobody knows.
Tim Heraney, F1 IndyCar Insider. You can find his work on TSN and Nailing the Apex podcast with Adam Wilde. Tim, before the race, you had a good feeling about Aston Martin. That news could have benefited me in my fantasy league, Tim. So you have my number next time. Just text me. But Fernando Alonso 5th, Lance Stroll 7th. How did this happen, Tim?
This is a track, I think, for Aston Martin. It really suited the car. Now, I said this on my podcast on the Thursday going into the weekend. So you had plenty of time, Hernan, to set that lineup.
Yes.
Now, I didn't think they were going to be this good, though. Like, I didn't expect them. I didn't expect Lance and Fernando to be this competitive. Both drivers really wrestled out a great result from that car that hasn't been good all season. It's been up and down, inconsistent. I think Lance has done a terrific job in just dealing with how difficult this car has been. I mean, he had been outscoring Fernando for most of the season until Hungary. So when we take a look at the drivers, they did their job in executing and taking what they were given and taking it to the limit and extracting all of the performance from the car. When we take a look at the engineers and what they've been doing, they still don't really know why the car was fast. And so that is a massive issue that they're definitely going to have to sort out. And hopefully by the time they get to Zandvoort, they're going to have that sorted, because I think Zandvoort could be another track where Aston Martin can be really competitive at. I think one of the positive things for the team is that the updates that they keep bringing to the car are working. And in years past, they never did. And so when you take a look at CFD design, which the teams use to build components for the race car, and you take a look at the wind tunnel, where they take those components and they put them into the wind tunnel to see if they work, and to see if the data that they got from the CFD is saying the same thing in the wind tunnel. And then when those two things align, you bring it to the racetrack. When you bring it to the racetrack, is it saying the exact same thing as your wind tunnel and your CFD? And it has been. And that's extremely positive for this team, because all of their new equipment, this stuff is state of the art. It's brand new. Everyone is still trying to learn how to use it. But when they get all of that equipment and tools talking to each other, then when in the future you go to build your 2026 car, you know exactly what you're going to get. And that's going to be massive for this team when they hit the track next year. It's going to be massive for Adrian Newey to have that amount of information and making sure that everything is correlating. It is just so important, guys. I cannot stress that enough. And so the next component to this is figuring out why this car was so competitive in Hungary and trying to replicate that for, at least 3 races that I think they should score well at now because of what we saw. I think those 3 races should be Zandvoort, Brazil, and Singapore. Those are the 3 races I think they should be going well at.
Tim, who's been your F1 Rookie of the Year so far?
It's got to be Gabriel Bortoleto. That guy's been off the charts. Fantastic. Qualifying has been amazing. He's really taken it to Nico Hülkenberg, and Hülkenberg's no slouch.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hülkenberg's got the experience of the racing, the racecraft, managing the tire, sort of that side of things dialed in. But Hülkenberg's a really great qualifier too. And this kid is something special, I think, guys. Like, I really do think like Gabriel Bortoleto's a star in the making. Because like when you take a look at Kimi Antonelli, and I'm not trying to bash Kimi Antonelli. I think he is a talent. I just think he needs a lot more work, but the talent is in there. But when you take a look at what the equipment Gabriel Bortoleto has to work with compared to what Antonelli has to work with, they're 2 different things.
Yeah.
And they're 2 different teams. And I mean, like, Sauber is one of the smallest teams on the grid. Mercedes is one of the biggest. So, I mean, there's the things that Bortoleto's doing, he probably shouldn't be. But he's just that talented that he's able to extract so much performance from the car. But again, as for Antonelli, I think Hungary was a positive weekend for him. And I think for him, it's important to keep building off of the positive result in Hungary.
Tim, and one last one for you. IndyCar returns this weekend from Portland. Alex Palou chasing history. This guy's unbelievable. His last race, he was just outstanding to watch there. Like, it's funny. Sometimes he's so far ahead that like the broadcast just is talking about the other battles for second and in the mid grid, and he's just outstanding. What do you see from Alex Palou? Can he get this done with 3 races to go?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's going to have this championship locked up here soon. It's funny. I haven't seen a driver be this dominant in IndyCar since like when I raced in the feeder system into IndyCar. It was called Champ Car Atlantics, and the main series was called Champ Car. And IndyCar basically is Champ Car. They just rebranded it, and they added a few more teams to it. But it was Sebastian Bourdais who the driver was, and that was 2005, 2006. And I remember watching him, and I would go trackside to try and see what I could learn from some of his techniques and what he was doing, simply so I could take those with me and put them into the car and try and replicate what he does. He was an incredible. Bourdais was an incredible talent, and I've never seen anything like what Alex Palou is doing since then. I've never seen anything since Sebastian Bourdais was doing that back in 05, 06. And so that's a long time to go, guys. That's like 20 years, right? Now we're starting to see someone else do something similar to what Sebastian Bourdais did. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I just don't even know how else to. I can't shower that guy enough with praise, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's been outstanding. Tim, this has been a great breakdown. We don't return until the end of the month with some F1. It's round 2, and it's going to be a good finish to the season.
I'll be in Zandvoort. Yeah, so you have to give me a call over in the Netherlands, buddy.
Oh, buddy, we'd love to. Of course we will. We'll reach out as we continue to track Lando versus Oscar. Is going to be absolutely fantastic. Tim, enjoy some time off. We'll chat soon, my friend. Thank you for taking the time today.
Appreciate you having me, guys. Have a good one.
All right, that's Tim Heraney, F1 IndyCar Insider, does work for TSN, and check out his podcast, Nailing the Apex, which is absolutely fantastic. That was the Need for Speed segment for Rad Torque Raceway. Catch flame, smoke, and speeds over 300 miles per hour at the Midas Hot August night, August 13th at Rad Torque Raceway. Tickets and info at radraceway.com. We're a little late, but up next, we're going to do Faces of the Franchise. Iwanyk's first chance to do this. We'll see what team we get, and we'll have some fun. Well, Benny will get in on it as well. That's all coming up on EST Afternoons.
The Blue Jays are back at it tonight as they take on the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game set. Toronto sits on top of the AL East and is eyeing their number 1 spot in the American League. Barrios gets the ball for Jays. Molina starts for Colorado. First pitch goes at 6:40. Back home, the Edmonton Riverhawks kick off a 2-game series against the Victoria Harbor Cats to close out their regular season. First pitch is at 6:35. Listen live on our audio streams only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Energy City Cactus Rats also take the field today, squaring off against the Fort Mac Giants. That one starts at 4:35. On the football front, Royce Metier returns to practice after missing the past few games. Staying in the CFL, the Montreal Alouettes have brought in 4 new players, including Ciante Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Over in Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elks running back Kevin Brown. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Catch some Double E action this season with tickets starting at just $20. Their next home game is Friday, August 15th at 7 o'clock against the Argos. Get your tickets now at goelks.com. More of Hernan Salas and Matt Iwanyk on the EST Afternoons. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Lock Shop.
The text is up. All right, let's see. Let's see. I hope.
Drafting ain't easy,
I
man.
know he's a busy and a successful businessman, but I hope he texts back and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's right, bird draft. Don't worry about it."
We're in. What? Yes. Let's go. Draft. Let's go. Draft science. My God. Yes. He does love the bird draft. He loves it. I knew it.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summit Racing Equipment brings you the earth-shaking thrills of Monster Truck Throwdown at Edmonton's Rad Torque Raceway. 3 massive shows, August 22nd through 24th, featuring 8 incredible trucks with high-flying thrills and jaw-dropping stunts, including Alberta's own Crude Behavior and Roughneck, along with a return of Avenger and more. Experience the epic power of Monster Truck Throwdown, August 22nd to 24th at Rad Torque Raceway. Don't miss this all-ages event with kid tickets starting at just $17. Get tickets and info at radraceway.com.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet in Aperol. We're sending 1 lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta Highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Let's begin,
A little late, but Tim Heraney got all the time in the world for that guy. He was awesome. What a breakdown. And yeah, this weekend, no F1, but you got Indy, you got NASCAR. Should be great. Close to the playoffs in NASCAR. Indy's 3 races left. Can Alex Below get some history done? You were saying Sebastian Bourdais brings back some.
I remember him. I remember him in the IndyCar dominating for the longest time. There's a stretch where he was just like, it wasn't untouchable. And then I remember him finally going to F1, and he didn't do it over there, but it was kind of like, okay, well, could he go do it over there? Because he's been so good in his IndyCar career.
Yeah, it's...
How many titles did he get between Indy and... Can I find this quickly here? No, I can't.
While you do, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. You want to check out some shows. The Bay City Rollers roll in on August 7th, and you can check out Jake Owen on August 15th. All you have to do for tickets is go to rivercreeresort.com or hit up the River Cree box office.
2004, 2005, 2006, 2007 won in Champ Car. 08, 09 was in F1. Couldn't get it done over there. Has a career 6 points in the 2 years and 27 starts in F1. But it's a big deal because he just dominated the circuit over here. He's like, okay, well, what's this guy going to do over there in F1?
So there's a book called Indy Split. It's phenomenal, but it talks about a lot of guys that went F1 Indy kind of back and forth. Some guys even go to NASCAR. There's a NASCAR driver that does the Indy 500 in an Indy, like
yeah, there's a few that do that one.
It's just pretty crazy. But that's what we were talking about. Alex Palou, like he's 28, and I remember at the beginning of the season we're like, would he go to F1? Like, is he that talented? And Tim at the time wasn't sure. And then halfway through the season, he goes, yeah, I think he could. Despite his age, I think he could be definitely an interesting pickup. But yeah, love talk racing with our guy, Tim Heraney. But let's get to not inside the numbers. Let's get to faces of the franchise. The last team we did was, we took some heat from Big U because we got Utah. So we had to include Arizona and Phoenix.
It can't.
It's the same team.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It is officially not.
It's this.
It is the last
that team
year
moved,
but historically, the Arizona Coyotes and the Winnipeg Jets are over. They are defunct. The Utah Hockey Club / Mammoth, their first season ever in the National Hockey League, and their history starts last year. That when they did the all decade team or something,
yeah,
they only chose. They had to do an Arizona one separately because the Utah one could only use the players that played for Utah because officially they are a brand new expansion franchise. They were last year.
But they took the roster.
They did, and they took those. But the history stayed. It's the same as the Baltimore Ravens ended up being a brand new franchise, and the history of the Cleveland Browns stayed in Cleveland. Big Uke is correct on that one.
Oh, wow.
He is correct on that one. You can for Utah, you had to use the 4 faces, which are their current roster from last year.
Well, we might have to switch that.
Congratulations, Big Uke. You're right on that one. I'll have his back on that one.
She said it says, have to agree with Maddie on this. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to be like, okay, but I understand what you're trying to do. Yeah. But in that sense, did you use the old Winnipeg Jets with it?
No, we didn't.
So it's not like, so when you get to Winnipeg, is it both Winnipegs?
No, I think oh boy.
Because where did the Thrashers go into this?
No, I think for Winnipeg, you just have to do Winnipeg before and Winnipeg after.
Okay.
Right?
Or do you just leave it as the city? It's the city of Winnipeg, so whatever Jets.
I like that.
Maybe.
Okay, random choice generator. It's going to spit out a team. Let's see. We already did that one. Why is it in there still? Hold on. We got to do it again.
You got to remove it.
Yeah, I did.
It was Washington, but it's gone.
And we did those two. I thought I did these. Let's go. New Jersey Devils. I like it. Benny, put your mic on.
Yeah.
Benny, how you doing, man? You're with us here for the next 2 weeks. So
yeah. Filling in for the notorious Coob.
The notorious Coob. I like that.
Okay, I have 3 easy.
Okay, so we're naming
four faces of the franchise.
Basically the Mount Rushmore of
the team.
Yes.
I've got 3 easy.
We just changed the name.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Okay.
A couple I could think of.
Okay, let me get some.
I mean, for me, the obvious is Martin Brodeur.
He's there. That's not a question.
That's not even a question. Scott Stevens.
Yes.
Yep, of course.
Rob Niedermeyer.
Yep.
No, Scott
Niedermeyer. Sorry, not Rob.
I have my last one.
Okay.
Patrick Elias.
That's I'm down to him or Bobby Holik.
Bobby Holik.
Wait. Scott Gomez wasn't there.
He was there.
He has 600 games. Patrick Elias would be the one that I think.
Pretty sure he's a leader in goal scoring.
He is.
Yeah. So
He's got the most goals. He also got most points by far.
Yeah.
Well, John McClain.
Well, there's also Ken Danico.
Okay, but let's be clear. Brodeur, Stevens, Niedermeyer are a must.
They have to.
They have
They
to.
are. You can't think of the Devils without them because you also can't think of the Devils without defense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
When I think of the Devils, I think boring
hockey.
Not now.
Yeah.
But back then.
Yeah.
And that's when they won.
Yeah, and that's what they won. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
When did Niedermeyer go to Anaheim?
Right after the lockout. So I don't know if it was. His first year would have been the year that. I think it was the year that Chris Pronger came here, so 05 or 06, or was it the year after that?
It was. He joined the Ducks 05-06.
05, yeah, okay. And then Pronger joined them after.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. Those two were on the same team.
In 10 years,
And not Team Canada, right?
Yeah.
in 10 years from now, will any of these four gentlemen, let's say Elias, we haven't confirmed it yet, or does Jack Hughes or Nico Hischier take any of these guys out?
Elias is the closest to being taken out.
Yeah.
You can't touch Stevens. You can't touch Niedermeyer. You can't touch Brodeur. They are the Devils.
So those guys are locks. So
They are easy locks. Like, is anyone disagreeing with those three?
no, I don't think so.
There should be no way. No way.
No way.
Elias is one. He was great at the time.
I feel like he wasn't appreciated.
He wasn't. And so he's forgettable in a sense.
Yep. I mean, there was a good period of like Zach Parise doing well.
Yeah.
In New Jersey, Kovalchuk in his time in New Jersey.
We're getting some votes for Peter Sikora.
Oh, I think of him in Pittsburgh for some reason.
I mean, Jason Arnott scored the OT winner to give him the cup, but I know he won't make it.
Yeah.
So Bronco Nick has Brodeur, Stevens, Niedermeyer, Jack Hughes. Is it too soon?
I'm not there yet with Jack Hughes.
Not there yet. No. Nico Hischier would be higher than Jack Hughes for me on that Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, like I'd go like Scott Gomez is more Devils to me right now.
Bobby Holik. He's a Devil.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, and then there's Travis Zajac, who played over 1,000 games with them as well.
Yeah.
And again, Ken Danico is the old school Devil that we're throwing in this one as well.
Hold on.
How long did Brian Gionta play for them? Brian Gionta played quite a long time with them as well. I won't put him there.
Ken Danico is their all-time leader in games played.
I know.
That's insane.
Elias is the most points and the most goals.
How about Danius Zubris?
How about Jay Pandolfo?
Sorry, listing out random guys.
John McClain.
John McClain
did a lot for them.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Second leading goal scorer.
Max Bezuza says Brodeur, Elias, Niedermeyer, Rafalski.
Oh, Brian Rafalski's a good one.
Rafalski.
Yeah.
Miroslav Shatan should have been with the Devils.
Yeah, he should have. Would have just been perfect. He also should have stayed with the Oilers. How things would have been different instead of trading him after 1 year.
The Oilers traded two studs. They traded Miros Shatan for nothing, and they traded Mariusz Sherkovsky for nothing. Terrible trades.
Did they not just let Ray Whitney walk or whatever it was?
Ray Whitney was a waiver pickup for the Florida Panthers.
That's what he was placed on waivers. Okay, that's what it was.
Wow.
Big U. Corey Schneider disrespect is crazy. What about the Chris Terreri disrespect?
Yeah.
Claude Lemieux.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. The first three are
locked.
no doubters.
Yeah.
For me, it's between Danico and Elias, to be honest.
Elias didn't play anywhere else.
Yeah.
He had over 1,000 points.
He's a Devil.
He's a Devil.
Oh, you two, Trev, with an interesting one. MVP Halsey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Why does everybody hate Taylor Hall?
Well, he did win an MVP, I guess, for them.
He was my favorite player growing up.
Mine, too.
Well, yours growing up?
Not growing up.
But yeah.
I was about to say it's a different, him saying growing up. I was working that one, but then you growing up. Yeah, mine too.
When the Oilers traded him, I was very angry.
I remember where I was.
Very
how sad
angry.
I was. Yeah.
Very angry. So we got to decide between Danico and Elias. Duck Dad says Danico also led the franchise in penalty minutes.
Yeah.
But Elias, two-time Cup winner, leading scorer during the regular season. Yeah. Their best offensive player ever, probably.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
No one has stuck around there long enough to be bigger.
My vote is for Patrick Elias.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think I got to go Elias. So the faces of the franchise for the New Jersey Devils are as follows. Martin Brodeur, Hall of Famer. My best goalies ever.
Yeah, maybe the best goalie of all
He's
time.
my favorite goalie.
Now, did Scott Stevens and Niedermayer play together
Yes.
on the pairing?
Oh.
Ooh, question.
Because that might be the best pairing. One of the best pairings of all
I'll still
time.
take Pronger.
Yeah, I was going to say
Niedermayer. I don't know how much
Pronger and Niedermayer.
time they had together, but
Because they had Rafalski. So I know Rafalski didn't play with Niedermayer, but he might have played with Stevens. Nonetheless, Stevens, Scott Niedermayer, and Patrick Elias. This is one of the easier ones we had.
Yeah,
100%. Now I feel bad that we have to do Utah all over again. That's so stupid.
well, it's just that we could do Utah right now. I'm willing to jump in with you on this one. I will jump in, look at Utah's season last year because we just have to look at their
That's just
season
the one
last
season.
year. We have one season to look on. So I think
Right away.
Clayton Keller.
Clayton Keller.
Clayton Keller,
I put
easy
Gunther
choice.
there. I put Gunther.
Oh, just a stud.
Gunther. Yeah, I guess.
I put Gunther
Absolute
there.
stud.
So do you just pick the
Logan Cooley, amazing. When I think of Utah Hockey Club and the Mammoth, I can't think of anyone other than Logan Cooley.
You have to put Sergachev.
Of course.
yeah. So
Easy.
there's your
Keller,
four.
Cooley,
There's your four.
Gunther, Sergachev. You can't be the Utah Hockey Club /Mammoth without those four.
Yeah.
Reed,
Just not the same.
Reed Wilkins chimes in. He says Brodeur, Stevens, Niedermayer, McLean.
Yeah, like that's he's the second leading scorer. For them. The only thing is he went on to play for a few more teams. It's also weird whenever you go play for the Rangers.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's those first three are just so obvious.
They're obvious. Yeah. You can't go away. Those guys are the New Jersey Devils. They are.
And again,
we're running a little bit late here. We got to get out because we got to bring on Reed Wilkins and Jay Milne. But do you agree with our New Jersey Devils faces of the franchise?
and the
Brodeur,
Utah.
Stevens, Niedermayer, and Elias. And what's our Utah team?
Clayton Keller, Logan Cooley, Dylan Gunther, Mikhail Sergachev. Boom!
There you have it, Big Uke. Are you happy? Are you happy? So then, what do we do for the Coyotes? We just
You'd have to do Arizona on your own.
but we just leave them out because they're no longer. In
Yeah,
the
that's
league.
why I worry about them. Are you going to do the Colorado Rockies?
That'd be fun. Do all the
Going to
teams
do
that
the
don't
Kansas
exist
City?
anymore.
Were they the Scouts?
The
Kansas City?
Thrashers. How fun would the
Thrashers?
Thrashers be?
Thrashers is Kovalchuk, Hossa,
Heatley,
Vander. No, I'm
How long was it with the Thrashers?
He
Was that
got
more
I
Jets?
believe he got drafted there.
Would it be Bogosian? Because he was
I'd
one of
have to
their
look at
top
that one.
picks.
Yeah, but
There's a few players to choose from
Yeah.
there. It actually would be a fun one to go back. Memory
Yeah,
lane.
that would be fun. All right. On the other side of the break, this day in sports history, we'll continue to talk about faces of the franchise. And maybe we'll do the Atlanta Thrashers just for bleep and giggles. You know how it rolls here. Hit us up, River Korean Box, 780-218-9999. Nasty chat. Slam that thumbs up for us. We close it out next here on EST Afternoons. Here's our guy, Ben. Sports Update.
Blue Jays look to keep the momentum going as they face the Rockies in Game 2 of their 3-game series. Toronto leads the AL East and is pushing for the top spot in the American League. Barrios gets a start for Toronto. Molina takes the mound for Colorado. First pitch is at 6:40. Here at home, the Edmonton Riverhawks begin a 2-game series with the Victoria Harbor Cats to close out their regular season. First pitch set for 6:35. You can watch it live on our audio streams, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Also on the diamond, the Energy City Cactus Rats go head-to-head with the Fort Mac Giants. That one starts at 4:35. On the football side, Royce Metier returns to practice after missing the past few games. The Montreal Alouettes have added 4 players to their roster, including Keontae Evans and Brandon Dandridge. Meanwhile, the Hamilton Tiger Cats have signed former Edmonton Elk running back Kevin Brown. On the other side of break, we wrap up the show of EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas and Matt. I'm Ben Thompson. And you're up to date.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Are we getting carried away with the Notes apps announcements? Micah Parsons went off on the Dallas Cowboys on Twitter.
It doesn't take a lot. It's very easy to write something out on Word. It's not just, okay, you did this at 11:14 in the morning. Your battery's at 75%. You're on LTE right now. So why aren't you on 5G? What are we doing here, Micah Parsons?
Yeah, bad look.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
We're back here. Final segment on EST Afternoons. Coming up, Reed Wilkins, J-Mail. They'll take you right up until 6. Remember, it's the EST Bash this Friday down at the good old St. Albert Rugby Club. Green and Gold kickoff show will be live from there, as well as the post-game show.
And the Reed Wilkins show.
Nasty
Bash gets going about 6-ish. But we'll be there doing the shows a little ahead of time.
4:30. 5:30 is the game? Yeah. 5:30.
Yeah. And then post game afterwards.
So it should be a fun night. A lot of festivals kicking off. Weather's pretty nice. Can't
Except
complain.
I don't know about that day.
Yeah.
Last I saw was rain was in the forecast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boo.
What do I got for Friday? Yeah, it's like right now it's supposed to rain all day Friday, so that patio's not going to be used as much.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We were doing the Atlanta Thrashers face of the franchise. Kovalchuk, Hossa. Kozlov second in scoring. Doesn't it have to be Kozlov?
Well, I said Andre Pavelek. I'd take him over Kozlov.
Really?
Yeah.
And then
Healy's an interesting one though, because like there still was the incident that occurred out with the motor vehicle accident where he was charged with vehicular homicide, and Schneider passed away.
Yeah. Patrick Stefan?
No. He was a bust.
Brian Little?
Ray Ferraro.
How many games did Ray? He played well.
He played a bit there.
Mark Savard?
I don't remember him with the Thrashers.
I don't either, but he played 184 games and on 196 points. It's pretty damn good. Tobias Enstrom? Dustin Byfuglien?
Byfuglien was only 1 year with the Thrashers. Oh, I didn't look up Evander Kane with the Thrashers.
Kelly Buchberger?
I remember because he was the Oilers expansion draft, was he not?
Wasn't he the captain too?
I think so. I think you're right.
I think he was.
Kane played 2 seasons with the Thrashers, so not enough.
Oh, you're going that way, eh? Not
well,
enough.
I think you have to play enough time to be part of that. So that's where, Kelly Buchberger was captain for a couple years. Steve Stais was the captain. And then Ray Ferraro. Chelios was part of that team. They have 3 Hall of Famers. Chris Chelios, Mark Recchi, and Marian Hossa. All just noted Thrashers.
Andrew Burnett. Redbeard, hello from Italy. Hey, buongiorno.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, you're half Italian.
I am.
Speak to him.
I don't know it.
I like this one from Max Bezuza. I wish we had more time. He goes, there's that thing in NBA Twitter right now of who's your favorite team's version of Celtics Shaq. Which one would it be for the Oilers?
So somebody that just didn't do anything on that team.
But has a great history.
Well, like Adam Oates would be right up there.
Oates, yeah.
I think they were saying current though. I thought I saw on Twitter it was current.
So it's a current Oiler who's great now but wasn't good.
Yeah.
Or not good now but was good somewhere else. That's harder in the NHL because there's less movement.
Yeah, exactly. And,
I don't know.
Like if you had to answer, I mean, like last year's team, like Perry would be that answer, but Perry was good.
Yeah, you can't. He wasn't a bust.
Yeah. So
I think you kind of have to go history. And Adam Oates would be one of those guys. Late in his career, came here, didn't really do much.
Duncan Keith.
Duncan Keith, but he was better.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
He wasn't
too.
Duncan Keith, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Yeah. I need more time. Maybe we'll revisit this tomorrow. We have another question. Says, can you name the 2 remaining Thrashers playing next season?
Oh, because Blake Wheeler just retired.
Yeah.
Well, Evander Kane. We just named one.
Evander. And Zach Bogosian.
Yeah, that's it.
Bring it. You wanted to challenge EST Afternoons with Hernan, Matt, and Benny?
Mex
showed you.
Mex says it doesn't have to be current.
Okay.
So then I think Adam Oates would be one of those biggest, like Adam Oates, Hall of Famer.
100%.
Amazing. Didn't do anything here outside of be good on faceoffs.
I was probably, like when they signed him, everybody was so happy. But then as soon as you saw him play 3 games, you're like, ooh, this is not going to go well.
He had 60 games, 2 goals, 16 assists, 18 points for a guy that was over a point a game player in the National Hockey League.
Who would be another one for this? Got to be another one for the Oilers. They've signed a lot of bad.
There's a lot of
questionable,
pretty good players that played here.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to think of like the studs.
Yeah,
like because Shaq is one of the greats. Like,
so does it have to be an older guy necessarily?
Well, they would have to be because they're like, to me, that Shaq and the Celtics. It's the end.
Yeah,
it wasn't the Lakers. It wasn't the Heat. Shaq.
He was there because of his name.
It wasn't even the Suns. Yeah, like he was doing nothing out there. So it's who was that one player that he's like
Bobby Bullen for the Oilers?
Yeah, he'd be closer.
Yeah.
He'd be a closer one for that.
Like he has to be bad. He has to be bad. Adam Oates is one of my favorites. So when I played like NHL, the video game, the Ultimate Team, I would always like near the end of the year build the all-time Oilers team, and Adam Oates is always one of my favorites to put on there because he always had a good card. And I was like, he played one season.
I think Oates, Bobby Bullen are up there. Milan Lucic.
But I don't put him.
He had a good year.
Yeah, he still was good. Yeah, like shell of themselves from what they once were. And then, that's the only thing is the Oilers don't get a lot of those older big players. Well, but even just those stars don't come here.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like they'd rather go
at the time
to more warm places and stuff.
Huh? That's a great question.
So I'd have to look a little more in like the 2000s of who did they go get?
Pat Quinn, Rip City Sepsis. Yeah,
closer to it.
Yeah.
Well, as a coach, 100%. Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, the Oilers made a lot of bad signings, so we'll have to get to. Maybe we'll continue this conversation tomorrow. Hey, but big shout out to Farhan Lalji from TSN, Tim Heraney from TSN for joining us as well. We also had Face of the Franchise. We had some interesting numbers and inside the numbers, and we talked a lot of Elks, and here we are, all hoping they can pick up a win on Friday. We're all over it all week. It'll be myself, Benny, Matthew Iwanyk with you up until Friday as the Coob and the Gager are off on vacation time right now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the thumbs up for all you listening and watching. We love you. We'll get some extra music tomorrow.
Is there supposed to be extra music?
No, don't worry about it. I just never know when to stop talking, so I'll stop talking. Enjoy the rest of your day. We love you. Chowders.